Welcome to your beginner snowboard lessons. I'm Aika and I'll be your instructor. So this is the first part of a series of videos where I teach you the basics of snowboarding. So let's get right into it. So we're gonna start by introducing you to your board. So I have my lobster shifter here and we're gonna talk about the parts of the board. This is your nose and this is your tail. So for the most part, how the text is written tells you which is the nose and which is the tail. So it reads from top to bottom. This is your nose. Now, these are your bindings. Once your feet are strapped in, your toes are going to be on this side and your heels are going to be on this side, which makes this our toe side edge and our heel side edge. Now, last part, the back of your board is called your base. And those are the parts of your board. So now I'm going to teach you how to attach your front foot or your lead foot to your snowboard. Oh, by the way, anytime you put your snowboard down, just make sure that the bindings are on the snow so that your board doesn't slide away. All right, so let's attach that front foot. Now I'm gonna open up my bindings. These are called your high backs. So I'm gonna flip my high back to the back, put my left foot in. Now we're gonna work on actually strapping up. Now, these are called your ankle straps because they go over your ankle. These are called your toe straps because they go over your toes. So I'm just gonna put the straps in and I'm gonna pull until it doesn't click anymore. Put my toe straps in and pull until it doesn't click anymore. And that's how you attach your front foot. Okay, the next part of your lesson is getting familiar with your board. So we're now strapped in. Now we're gonna try to lift the board, see what the weight feels like, and try to lift it so that your board is parallel to the ground. Now put your other foot on the front, see how that feels. Now what we're gonna do is just turn one way, turn the other way, put my other foot back to the back and just see which one feels better. Because one side will always feel a lot better than the other. And then again, turn the other way. And that's it. Next, what we're gonna learn is something we call the neutral position. So what it is basically your other foot, for me it's my right foot, against your other bindings. We're gonna bend our knees, keep our bum tucked in, and we want our body straight and stacked. Now, we look in the direction where our front foot or leading foot is. So for me, it's gonna be to the left. So when we say neutral position, go like this. So we're gonna practice the neutral position a couple times. We're gonna start with our foot off the board, then gonna put it on the board for neutral position. Do it one more time. So foot off the board and neutral position. And that's it. Next part of our lesson, I'm gonna teach you how to skate. If you ever skateboarded before or saw anyone on a skateboard, they basically push off the ground with one foot and the other foot stays on top of the board. So same idea. I'm gonna push off with my back foot and I basically transfer my weight from my back foot to my lead foot and just repeat. We're going in the direction that my lead foot is in, so my left foot is in and we're gonna go to my left. And again, we're just gonna try the other side in case it's easier for you. I'm gonna turn the other way, put my back foot in front of my board and skate this way. This one is harder for me, but again, play with it, see which one's easier. And that's it, and that's how to skate. Next part of our lesson is learning how to climb and descend on a slope. So right now we have a little bit of an uphill here. I'm gonna turn towards the slope. Now, what I'm gonna do is gonna put my back foot in front of my board, and then I'm gonna dig in the edge of my board into the snow so I don't slide down. And I'm gonna use that edge to dig in. Edge, step, edge, step, edge, step, edge, step. And that's basically how you can climb and you don't worry about falling down. Now I'm gonna turn around and show you how to do it going down the hill. Okay, so now we're gonna do descending, which is the opposite way. So I'm gonna turn my board. This time my back foot is behind and now I'm gonna dig my heel edge, step, dig, step, dig, step, and that's it. Now have you learned how to walk up and down a slope. Welcome back to your beginner snowboard lesson. I'm Aika and I will still be your instructor. So for today's lesson, we're going to learn how to slide on your snowboard with one foot attached. So we're going to build up on what we learned previously, which is skating and the neutral position. So now what we want to do is push off a couple times and then assume the neutral position. Okay, so we're going to push, push, and glide. Now again, my left foot is attached, which means I'm gonna go towards my left, look towards my left. So we're gonna do that one more time. So we're gonna push, push, and glide. I'm gonna turn the other way, do this side, push, push, and glide. And you basically practice that until you feel comfortable. Our next lesson is basically straight running. What it means is we're gonna assume the neutral position on a little bit of a slope, and you wanna find an area that has a very mellow slope that eventually flattens out because you don't know how to stop or to turn. So what I'm gonna do is I'm basically gonna push off once, assume the neutral position, and I'm gonna let it just stop on its own, okay? Here we go. You wanna keep your balance stacked. Wait until it stops. And you want to do that a couple times until you feel comfortable again. Next part of our lesson is we're going to play around with different body positions. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to straight run, but we're going to add a couple different variations. So the first one, we're going to go down and up, and then the second, we're going to go lean towards your lead foot, lean back a little bit, and come back. So let's try that now. I push off once, I'm gonna go down, up, down, up, down, up. I'm gonna push off, lean forward, lean backwards, lean forward, lean backwards, and wait for it to stop. So our next lesson, we're gonna do a heel drag and a toe drag. It's exactly what it sounds like. So we're gonna do straight run first, and then we're gonna put our foot half on the board and half off the board. So when we do our heel drag, I'm gonna put my toes kind of in the middle, and then my heel will be dragging in the back. So once we start dragging, we're gonna turn towards our left, okay? I'm gonna ride, and then drag my heels. For the toe drag, we're gonna do the exact same thing, but on the opposite side. So I'm gonna place my heels kind of in the middle of my board, and then on my toes off the board in the snow, and then I'm gonna drag it. So when we do this, we're gonna turn towards our right, which is our toe side. Okay, let's give that a try. I'm gonna ride and drag my toes until I stop. Okay, so we're going to build upon our toe drags and heel drags. So now we're gonna do our J turns, and it's basically when we go down the fall line, when we turn into our heels, which is our left side, and we eventually become perpendicular to the fall line. Now when we turn onto our toe side, so we go down this way, turn into our toes, we end up facing up the hill perpendicular to the fall line. Now we're gonna turn onto our heel side first. You can even cheat and kind of do a heel drag at the same time and turn. Okay, so now we're gonna turn towards our toe side. So we're gonna do a J turn towards the other side. I'm gonna come this way and turn, facing up the hill. So you'll quickly learn that snowboarding is all about shifting your weight. So when we do our J turn, so when we're going down the slope, you want your front foot actually a little bit heavier. So you want 60% of your weight on your front foot and 40% on your back foot. So when we do our turns, 60% is already here, and you just lean towards your heels to do a heel slide. Welcome back to your beginner snowboard lessons. I'm Aika and I'll still be your instructor. So for today's lesson, we're going to talk about how to properly fall. So snowboarding is a very dangerous sport. Eventually you will fall, so it's important to know how to properly fall and safely. When we catch our toe edge, which means we're gonna face and fall forward, you don't ever wanna catch yourself with your wrist. You always want to fall on your forearms. And what it does, there's a bigger surface area to catch the impact. So let's pretend I'm gonna fall. What I'm gonna do is fall on my forearms. When we're about to catch an edge on our heel side, that means we're basically gonna fall backwards. You never wanna catch yourself with your wrist, again, because you can break your wrist. So what you wanna do is actually just let your body take the fall. So you're gonna use your bum and your back to catch all the pressure and you're gonna tuck your head in, okay? So we're gonna pretend I'm gonna fall. So the reason why you want your bum and your back to take the impact is because there's a bigger surface area. If you just fall on your bum, it's gonna hurt your bum. But if you distribute the weight, it's a lot better. Now, the reason why you wanna tuck your head in is because when you fall backward, you don't want your head to slam on the ice or the snow, and trust me, I've done that. It's not fun. So that's it. That's how to properly fall on your snowboard. So now you've learned how to skate, you know how to do J-turns, and you've learned how to fall. Now it's time to go on the magic carpet. So for this lesson, we're going to talk about how to get on the carpet, how to ride a carpet, and how to get off the carpet. Basically, when you start snowboarding, you want to start off on the bunny hill. And 90% of the time, the bunny hill has a magic carpet, and that's where you want to start practicing. You want to place your board parallel with the carpet, and as the carpet takes you, you want to assume the neutral position. The skating, placing my board parallel to the carpet. While you're on the carpet, you can do half of your back foot on the board and half off the board for balance, or you can put it completely on the carpet for balance. Now, to get off the carpet, all you have to do is assume a neutral position and complete with a J-turn.
You want to put your back foot on the board just to slide off?
Okay. I'm going to assume the neutral position, let it take me, and just skate. Welcome back to your beginner snowboard lesson. I'm Ike and I'll still be your instructor. So for today's lesson, we're gonna start talking about edging. We're gonna talk about the gas pedal exercise when we talk about the edging. But we're gonna pretend that you're actually driving a car. So this is your gas pedal. When you want to accelerate, you want to step on the gas pedal. When you want to slow down, you release the gas pedal, and that's how you slow down. We're facing the board perpendicular to the fall line. So the fall line goes that way and my board is just perpendicular. So that means if I want to speed up, I want my board to go a little bit like this, and that's how you start sliding down the snow. If I want to slow down, I want it a little bit higher off the snow. That's how you slow down and eventually stop. So I'm gonna practice going down the slope. So I'm gonna put my other foot on the board and I'm gonna push down on the gas pedal. And if I want to stop, lift my toes up, and that's basically it. Again, if I want to go down the slope, I'm going to push on the gas pedal. And then if I want to stop, I lift my toes up. Next part of our lesson, we're actually going to do the gas pedal, but more to the side. So we're going to do a side slip. So first I'm going to go a little bit to the left. And again, with snowboarding, all you do is shift your weight. So I'm going to put more weight on my left foot here. I'm going to go to my left, again with one foot attached. Still using the gas pedal exercise. Release the gas pedal to stop. Now we're going to do it on the opposite side. And again, this time I'm going to put a little bit more weight on my right foot. And if I want to stop, release the gas pedal. And that's how to start snowboarding. Kidding. Everything that we learned on our heel side, we actually also have to learn on our toe side. So now I'm actually facing up the hill, but the gas pedal still works the same way, but in the opposite direction. So now the gas pedal is like this. If I want to speed up, I'll put it down. If I want to slow down, it goes up like that. Okay, now we're gonna practice just side slipping, going straight down. So you want to release and press on the gas pedal gradually so you can actually control your speed. So now we're gonna do our side slipping to the left and then to the right, but on our toe wedge. So I'm gonna start with my left side, put my other foot on the board, but I'm gonna put more weight on my left so that I go this way. And slow gas pedal, release the gas and stop. Now I'm gonna do the other side. Put my right foot, shift my weight onto the right. I'm gonna look right just so it's easier. And release the gas pedal to slow down and stop. Our next lesson, we're gonna learn how to traverse with one foot attached. Traverse essentially means that we're gonna cross the slope. So for this exercise, instead of going down the slope, we're gonna traverse across the slope. So we're gonna start on our heel side, and because I am left foot forward, we're gonna traverse going to the left. So again, I'm gonna put more weight on my left, I'm gonna look left, and I'm even gonna point left just so that it'll help me go towards the left. And again, I'm still using the gas pedal. And I want to stop, release the gas. Now that we've done the traverse on the heel side, it's time to do it on our toe side. So I've actually flipped around. I'm facing up the hill now, and I'm currently on my toe edge. But same idea. I'm gonna put my right foot on the board. I'm gonna put more weight on my left foot. Point left, look left, and we're gonna traverse to the other side. We're gonna go this way. And slow down and stop. So now that we've learned how to side slip with one foot attached, we're gonna do that with 2 feet attached. First, we need to learn how to attach your second foot. So I'm gonna dig my heel edge into the snow so that I can create a platform. And as you can see, it kind of created a flat base right there, so that when I take my right foot off the snow, I'm balanced, I'm stable. So I'm just gonna put my straps onto the side, clean the snow off my binding, put my right foot in the binding. I'm gonna do my ankle straps, then my toe straps like we did previously. And that's it. That's how you attach your second foot onto your board. So now we're gonna do the gas pedal exercise with 2 feet attached. So I'm just gonna release, or I'm gonna press onto the gas so that I go down, right? And then if I wanna slow down, I'm gonna release the gas pedal and stop. So I'm gonna press to go down and release to stop. Now we're gonna practice side slipping with the gas pedal left and right. So we're gonna go left first and then right. So when we go to our left, again, we're gonna shift our weight to the left, point left, look left, and we're gonna do it right now. And again, I wanna slow down, release the gas pedal and stop. I'm gonna go to the other side, look right, shift my weight to my right leg, and release the gas pedal to slow down and stop. Our next step is basically building upon our side slipping, but we're actually gonna do a little bit of a pendulum, stop, and then go to the opposite side. So again, we're gonna point left and stop facing downhill, go to the other side, shift my weight to the right, and stop facing downhill. I'm gonna go one more on this side, stop facing downhill, and then again go to the other side, and stop facing downhill. Now we're gonna build on our pendulum exercise, and we're gonna do some power pendulum. So like if you think about the pendulum, it goes like that, right? So instead of stopping, kind of facing downhill, I'm actually gonna keep my board swinging and then swing to the other side. So I'm gonna do that quickly so you can see what it looks like. So again, we're gonna point left, look look left, and swing our board, go to the other side, and actually let our board swing, and then again to the other side. So the only difference is that we're not stopping anymore to look forward. We're actually gonna complete another turn so that we're not stopping our momentum. So now that we learned everything to do on our heel side with the gas pedal, with the side slipping, the pendulum, and the power pendulum, we're gonna have to do it on our toe side, of course. Now we're just gonna practice the gas pedal, and same idea, but a different direction. So now my board is like this. I'm gonna press down so that I start sliding. And then if I want to slow down and release, go up like that. Now we're gonna practice our side slipping on our toe side, left and right. So again, we're just gonna go a little bit this way to the left, shifting my weight to my left, right? And then again to my right, just practicing the side slip. Again, we're gonna practice our pendulum now on our toe side. So we're gonna go one way and then slow down and stop facing uphill. Go the other way, slow down, stop facing uphill. So let's do that right now. Shifting my weight to my left. And again, still using the gas pedal exercise, stopping, looking uphill, going the other side. And I'm stopping, I'm looking uphill, again to the other side. And stopping, looking uphill. Now we're gonna do the power pendulum again on our toe side. I'm gonna go to my right, swing, go to my left, swing. And that's basically it. You mastered your heel edge and toe edge leafling pendulum. So our next lesson, we're actually gonna learn how to turn. So I took my board off for this exercise, and I want you to do the same thing. So we're just gonna stand on the snow, and we're gonna pretend that there's like a mason jar in between our legs, and then there's a lid or a cap right where our knees are, and we're trying to take off the lid. So let's say you're regular, which means your left foot forward, and we're trying to turn onto our toes. We're gonna turn this way. Now, if we're trying to turn to our heels, that means we rotate this way. Now, if you're goofy or right foot forward, when you turn onto your toes, you turn this way. So that's counterclockwise, and then when you turn onto your heels, you're gonna go clockwise. And then we're basically gonna try all that onto our board. So before we actually do the turns on our snowboard, we wanna walk the turns first so you know exactly what we're doing. So we're gonna pretend that I'm riding down flat first. Since I'm regular, I'm left foot forward, what's gonna happen is my left foot is always going to be leading. So our turns are gonna look like this. Now I'm gonna turn onto my heel side. Now I'm on my heel side. I'm gonna go flat right. I'm gonna turn onto my toes, and I will be on my toe side. So we're basically creating an S, is what a lot of people like to call it. So our S turns. So again, we're gonna go like this. We're on our heels right now. Flat, turning onto our toes. Now we'll be flat, and again, turning onto our heels, and we can stop. Our next exercise is a garland exercise. So if you've ever seen a garland, it kind of just goes like slithering like a snake. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn left and right across the run. And again, we're using our knees to turn. So I'm gonna start kind of like we're side slipping first, right? And then I'm gonna turn onto my heels, and then again, go down, and then turn so that I'm on my heels, turn, and then turn. Again, I'm just using the rotating clockwise turn, counterclockwise turn, counterclockwise turn. And we're basically just doing this across the run. We're trying to get comfortable with the feeling of turning. Now we're gonna do that on our toe side. So exact same idea. I'm actually gonna turn. Again, leading with my left foot because we're regular. I'm gonna put more weight on my left, and I'm gonna rotate counterclockwise. So we're gonna slide slip and rotate counterclockwise, clockwise, and we're slithering. Practice that a few times until you get comfortable. Okay, so you remember our J turns from our previous lesson. We're gonna do the same thing, but now we have 2 feet attached. And you're gonna do the same idea. You're gonna rotate with your knees. So again, we're gonna start off with a flat base and then turn. We're gonna do toe turns first. So we're gonna start off with a flat base, and then we're gonna turn into our toes. So we're gonna end up going to our left like that. So we'll do that right now. So leading on my left, rotating clockwise, and that's 1 J turn. I'm gonna do another one. Flat base, toe, turn onto our toe side. Let's do one more. Flat base, and turn onto our toe side. So now we're gonna do our J turns onto our heels. And again, we're gonna start on a flat base, pointing our board straight down, and then turning onto our heels, counterclockwise, and we end up facing downhill again. Okay, so we're gonna do that right now. More weight on my left foot. So I have a flat base and turn onto my heels. More weight on my left foot again, flat base, and turn onto my heels. So it also helps when you're bending your knees and putting pressure so you can actually slow down and stop. So now we walk through our turns, we're actually gonna do them. So we're gonna start again, just our board perpendicular to the fall line, right? We're gonna put weight on our front foot. We're gonna go flat base, and then pretend that we're just doing a J turn, right? And we're gonna go facing the other way. So I'm gonna go flat base and turn onto my heels. Now I'm gonna turn straight and flat base and do a J turn onto my toes. And those are your beginner turns. You're just gonna keep practicing that. We're gonna do one more round. Weight on my front foot, flat base, do a J turn, and stop. Weight on my front foot, do a J turn on my toe side, and those are your beginner turns. You did it! You started snowboarding!